Data matching. Okay, up to this point we've demonstrated how to create and manipulate your own objects as well as create your own dashboards and export those. Now we're going to demonstrate some of the nice new functionality that exists in the Steel dataset due to the fact that we actually aggregated every single old cube into one cube that talks to cross measures. So in this example, what I'm referring to is the fact that I could take end-use market data that's quarterly and actually cross-reference it against domestic data that actually goes down to the monthly level. So let's create a completely new object and do a little data matching exercise. Over here in the measures here, I have the domestic information, net shipments, as well as the end-use information, just called shipments, adding those to the table. Let's do some filters here that kind of clear up the validity of this cross-reference. So I'm going to add product type to that filter of this table so you can see how it shows up above. And I can use this little drop-down menu to make a little quick filter, which is pretty handy when you're coming back to your old queries. You can just kind of toggle through these, use this drop-down to switch it out to change the nature of your query. So let's go I'll just throw this on flat products for now. Okay, and then we're going to use something we haven't covered yet, which is called a hierarchy. A hierarchy is something we create on our end, which makes it easier to aggregate information and not have to use every individual piece of info here on its own. So for example, let's use this year, quarter, month hierarchy here. I'm going to right-click that, add that to the row axis. And you can see here how it's using, it compiles not only the years here, but underneath we have the quarters all the way down to the months. It's all kind of glommed together into one hierarchy. So let me collapse that back up here. And let's do another special year filter. So I'm going to add this, right-click this, year. Let's add that to the filter, do a quick little filter on that so that we're not looking at a ton of data. Just go with 2010 for now. Okay, so what you can see here is at the yearly level, everything matches up here for flat products. The domestic is matching the end use. And let's go ahead and hit the plus sign here, see how it's matching at the quarterly level as well. But when we go down to the monthly level, you're going to find that, well, on the end use side, what we do is we average it. Same, we average that quarterly number and we just apply it throughout the month. Whereas on the shipment side, the domestic side, you're actually going to capture some of those fluctuations. And so this is kind of an interesting exercise because what it implies is that analysts who are becoming more familiar with this kind of cross-referencing can actually imply end-use information. Even though we only get that at the quarterly level, they could take this domestic fluctuation and imply an end-use number by following these fluctuations. So let me just kind of give you an example. Let's right-click here on the table, create a chart of that info. Okay, I'm going to close the cubes for now, and I'm going to maximize this chart. Using the hand, I'm going to actually add both of these measures that we were looking at. And I'm going to send one to the x-axis. I'm going to make it a line, send it to the x-axis here. Okay, so what you can see here is the domestic information actually fluctuating on up and down on a monthly level, whereas this shipment information, that's the end-use information, being a flat line. And so kind of what I'm suggesting there is that the analyst who has the time to go in here and start tracking the fluctuations of one versus the other can start to imply end-use information, perhaps imply end-use fluctuations by looking at the fluctuations on the domestic side at this monthly level.